never will get old. Good morning and welcome back to the show. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentleman in Crypto episode 1323. And today is Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. And I'm King, here at the bridge gap between the community and crypto, most days, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. ish. And today's top stories: Bitcoin ETFs lose $326 million amid evolving dynamic with TradeFi markets. Trump administration reportedly shutters DOJ's crypto enforcement team. Melania Trump's meme coin team quietly sold $30 million, says Bubble Maps. 4th-gen crypto needs collaborative tokenomics against tech giants, says Hoskinson. Bitcoin's 24/7's liquidity is a double-edged sword during global market turmoil. And DEX launches $20 million trading competition to reward traders all year. That and most of these articles are actually some fake news, so we'll be briefly covering them. I had to talk about the headlines. That's why I'm here to do. But that and much more. Smash that like and share. Let's get this show rolling. All right. Really quick, of course, let's go ahead and check out these prices before I dive into the news and all the shout outs. I know you all are always interested in what is going on in the market. Some people, that's all you care about. That's okay. I'm here to satisfy both beasts. Those are the technological side and those on the trading investment side as well. So I get it. Bitcoin number one, $77,965, down 2.95%. I say Bitcoin still in 70K. I don't care, lives and will. Ethereum is taking the biggest hit. Actually already bounced back a little bit, but at $1,483, down 5.85%. That's 20%, 20.9% on the 7-day cycle. Number four, XRP, $1.82, down 6.79. BNB number five, 560, down 0.67. Number seven, Solana, $106, down 4.23, excuse me. Number eight, Doge, 14 cent, down 5.4%. Number nine, Tron, 23 cent, down 2.03%. And 10, Cardano at 57 cent, down 7.4%. Those are your top 10 tokens of the day. Fear and Greed Index has dropped a couple of points to a 15. Bitcoin dominance is at a 62.6. And who told you so before you saw it live anywhere in the news? I mean, I'm at least 8 to 9, maybe even 12 weeks at this point. Who said it first when I saw it slipping? Ethereum dominance at a 7.3%. Folks, the party is almost over. I hate to say it. I mean, I hope they figure it out. They just gave away some free money for gas fees. That didn't do the trick. They had to upgrade. Everyone's waiting on it. Haven't heard much news. That is the news itself. Since that upgrade, it was supposed to be in March. Not hearing news is the news. That's because it has to be bad. I already saw some murmurs and things that were going on. I won't dive into it, but the news was supposed to have a cycle. This was supposed to be Ethereum news. And this is where it's like, hey, you want to blame someone, blame them. Where the market was slipping, where institutions were leaving, where we were getting dips and everything else, Ethereum could have been the catalyst to keep this thing going right now and to keep the price points where they needed to be for certain people. As far as all they had an upgrade scheduled in March. You think futures weren't looking at? You think all these different people and their strategic ETPs and ETF market cycles and strategies weren't thinking about it? They were. They were hoping for a good upgrade as well. They could repivot different portfolios into Ethereum. Hey, watch how fast it's about to grow and go now that we figured out this gas problem. But they could not figure it out. They haven't figured it out. We didn't get a news cycle from Ethereum. And not only is the overall market tanking, but now as the market tanks, as you get these tariffs, as it's tax season, everything else in between, people are starting to look at their portfolios like, wait, why am I allocating 40% to Ethereum? Because that's the numbers we're talking about here. I want to be clear. Ethereum is Bitcoin's number one competitor, or had been for the longest. You're talking 40 to 50% of people portfolios going toward Ethereum at a time like this. All right. Now, people are all about holding and long-term growth and investments and whatever else, right? My best friend's institution is in this company or project, blah, blah, blah. But when it what's the was it was when the gravel meets the grind or something? I don't know. One of those little old time sayings. When the chalk meets the road, I don't know. Somebody help me in the chat. But essentially, when the fat meets the skin, all right, I'm done. Whatever it is, when like it's time for the moment of truth to happen, i.e., your bills are due, your kids need food, uh, fires, natural disasters, like all these things, tariffs now, taxes. Okay, I need to pull money and look at my portfolios and do a little spring cleaning. What's this one I've been in for the last few years? I was supposed to beat Bitcoin years ago. Why is it dipping so aggressively? And why am I losing 40 to 50% of my entire portfolio here? No, a stopgap has to happen. I think that's what you're seeing now. So with that being said, do I think it's the end? No. How low can it go? Short term, next month, 6 weeks. Honestly, unless this market stabilizes as a whole, i.e., Bitcoin stays around 75 to 80K. All right, that's kind of stable to me sideways. If Bitcoin goes to 68, 65 ish, ooh, Ethereum's dominance may decrease to, was it 7 point what right now? I'm not zoomed in. Say a 7.3. Oh, I mean, easy 6.2, 6.3, another little 1% off. And if that were to happen, again, that could be the catalyst for a nice little slide down to 5.7, 5.5. And I don't think they'll go lower than that. I think they will stay around like 5.5%, 5.7-ish. They could stay around there for a while, but yeah, they're in some trouble. Holy smokes. All right, I didn't even mean to spend that much time on that Ethereum. You know my rants come out of nowhere. Really quick, let me give some shout outs to the chat. What up, chat? I was gonna tell y'all a quick story too. It wasn't gonna be a series one, just a quick story. It's like, oh man, yeah, 30 minutes is tough. Got a lot of what up though. Memories of Mike, Les Square, New Jersey in the house, Magnolia, Pelican, Joe Muhammad, Jerome Jones, Jake, Alipio, Wisdom, Hyben, Hidden Gangster. What up, though? Saber Sage, Satoshi Slim, Dearbit, Peace, the World. Good morning, good morning. When the rubber hits the road, there we go. Hi, when the rubber meets the road. Appreciate it. Okay, here's the deal. Memories, Mike's. I've been feeling 72,000 since the last pullback, so I buy. Um, really quick. Oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing now. It'll come back. Oh, so the quick story today. I woke up today, and I fully plan on doing this show and everything. And but I sometimes I do have the days like, do you want to do crypto news every day? Do you want to be this involved in the market or whatever else? And I'll tell you what, whether it was this market or the traditional market, I was already going toward the financial market after the military anyway. That was my calling. But I was just like, am I motivated? And I was, but I was just, you have those feelings sometimes. You get up for work, right? And then I look at the news stories per usual, and I tell you, people, it's just like I'm just meant to keep doing this because the story that lit my eyes up, which we're about to talk about, is the DOJ crypto enforcement team being shuttered. And just the way my smile, like just the way I just my lit up this morning, I like just naturally started walking around, brushing my teeth again. I couldn't wait to sit down to talk about these news stories. So exciting times. Again, not that many news stories. A lot of these will be fake news, which we'll go over here in a moment, but still some exciting ones. And with that being said, let's get into it. Top story of the day. Bitcoin ETFs lose $326 million amid evolving dynamic with TradeFi markets. So I'm not going to go deep into this article. Let's see the sub headline. Bitcoin's correlation with traditional stocks may be declining, but the fiat money supply remains Bitcoin main's price catalyst. So I'm not going to go into this article because the article doesn't matter, right? Unless this is just really a baiting headline, and the article is going to be a 180, which I highly doubt is normally not like that. Yeah, U.S. listed spot Bitcoins. Yeah, BlackRock. Okay, that's what I thought. ITF shares. All right, so here's my point. This article doesn't matter. And Zotin, I don't know if you did this on your own or Cointelegraph and somebody tapped you to do this, but this is what I'm talking about as far as the narrative being stolen and changed and everything else. Bitcoin ETFs, for one, didn't lose 326 million. If you want to actualize how the losses happened, what you mean to say is that BlackRock, one company, and maybe a couple other ones, rebalanced their portfolios. They took all of that money that they put into Bitcoin ETFs, they took it out themselves and put it into different portfolios, as I always talk about. Maybe steel, maybe technology, environment, gas, who knows, but it's out of Bitcoin ETFs. Now, the market is trying to put this like almost realize as, oh, well, we lost it. We never had it. This is what I mean by the derivative side of the house, that debt and asset thing that they're trying to invent and say that this is could be a debt and asset at the same time, but we're making money off it, but we're lending it off. Like it's all of these derivatives plays at hand when in reality, the only thing that happened were that a few companies rebalance their portfolios for whatever reasons they wanted to. Okay. You're talking about BlackRock, trillions of dollars. Maybe the tariff thing is hurting them overseas in a different country. They said, hey, we need to pull a few million back to go into this portfolio. But that's all that happened. So my thing is, yes, technically it is true. As far as that the headline is like, well, you could get away with saying this is true, but I would say it's a false representation of what's really going on. That's the type of FUD I say that scares people in the market. So I don't know if they did this just as a clickbait thing or they actually meant it, But regardless, like I don't want this to fall into it being the narrative. It's not that big of a deal. A few companies decide to pull out, which we expect because they do have weak hands. They're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars of real people's portfolios. So it is be expected. I will think we will continue to see this. And again, this only right now accounts for about 10 to 12, maybe 15% of the price. All right. So isn't a nice little chunk? Yes. But is it accounting for everything? No. And this is still the early stages. You have to remember, they're rebalancing these portfolios, possibly only talking to one person, and that one person may not be talking to everybody that portfolio represents. So what do I mean? Okay, you have, for example, BlackRock. Maybe they manage the firefighters and portfolio of America. So every firefighter or whatever, let's say they had a put in money into it. They're not talking to every firefighter, say, hey, are you guys okay with Bitcoin ETF exposure? Or are you okay with us pivoting to gas and oil, whatever? No, they're talking to the manager of that portfolio, the top firefighter of the United States, right? They talk to that person. They're like, all right, we trust you, our portfolio. Maybe they're diving into the details about where it's being invested. Maybe they aren't. Firefighter like, hey, just bring us back our percentage every year at our 12%. We're good to go, whatever. We don't care how you do it. So whether they know or not is indifferent to what the company is actually doing. I think as time goes on and as people become more educated, just like everything else, you have stocks and stuff on your phone with apps, the firefighters will start to awaken and look at their portfolios and say, okay, what am I invested in? Like, what are some of the different things? Maybe they readily know. Maybe they talk to the boss. He goes talks to them. And they're like, okay, well, we're in Bitcoin ETFs. We're in Bitcoin. Oh, we know we're in Bitcoin. And they go back. Oh, hey guys, we're in Bitcoin and crypto. Some people like it. Some people might not like it, but that will change the investing habits of that portfolio moving forward. So right now it's super early to where those questions aren't even being asked. These portfolios don't know what BlackRock and these other companies are doing with them. So you get these headlines where you have 326 million going, and it seems like a scary thing. But as it matures and more people find out about how it's actually working, it will be less scary. It'll be like, okay, well, whatever, like they moved it to something else, but it doesn't necessarily affect Bitcoin as much as it does the derivatives market. So again, a little false advertising, but I get it, not mad at it. Just the reason why I'm here, I want to clear up that type of stuff. All right, to me, this is the top story of the day. Trump administration reportedly shutters Department of Justice's crypto enforcement team. Oh my goodness, can we get a hand clap for that? All right, this is the bigger issue to me and why this is such a slippery slope. Um, the same thing with the tax thing here in crypto, as far as how do you tax Bitcoin and crypto and everything else. It's like, look, here's my like here's the issue. This is why Bitcoin is what it's supposed to be, and this movement is what it is. It's like transparency, consensus, privacy. Like these things matter. Such a slippery slope. It is so the last guy for 4 to 8 years says we're gonna do it this way. The new guy says no, we're not gonna do it this way. The next gal gonna say we're gonna do it this way. This is why it's like, hey, there are not him. Let me be clear, not him, and I wouldn't even say a dictator, but there are plus and minuses to long-term leadership teams, right? So whatever that team may be, 11 people, 15 people, 3 people, whatever, there are benefits to it because you get continuity. Because right now, this is madness. The same thing with the SEC ruining so many different crypto companies' hopes and dreams. Library credits is gone. I'm going to keep going back to library credits. Very tasty on Reggie Middleton. That hurt. You can't go back in time and say, well, my bad, let's give you these 5 years back. Like, there's nothing you can do for that. So, what the SEC did, and for the people who fell under that, the same thing that the IRS has been doing in the crypto space is absolute madness. And it's just one of those things also where it's just like these people who are such bootliggers and no, well, the law says that the law said, hold on, let me find him. Where my boy at? Where my boy at?
Oodly, Italy, oodly, doodly, oodly,
Noodly doodly
Italy.
doodly
Well, the
doodly.
law says this. For all those folks, it's like, all right, keep that same energy when somebody else is in charge and changing the law. You see how that changed for so many people across the nation the last 8 years. I don't want to just count one side. I'm counting both of you lunatics on both sides. You're all lunatics to me. You see how much it changed. 4 years ago, it was the law says this, the law says that, or F the law, whatever. And this year is, hey, F the law or the law says this. People can't make up their mind. It's such a slippery slope. And then when you talk about taxes, and you're talking about giving away your Bitcoin that you risk. Right now, you're risking your Bitcoin and capital and portfolio by holding right now as the market slip. So right now, you are not getting no benefit or help from the government for buying and holding Bitcoin or any other crypto. But they're saying if you were to sell it or do anything else with it or make money off it, they want a piece. I'm only saying for what? I don't understand. And you know what? I'm not going crazy because the current sitting president also says he doesn't understand. The U.S. Department of Justice has reportedly disbanded the Biden era National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team. All I'm saying is y'all gotta love my segues. All right, it's so natural. It's not like I have this written. I don't have a script. Like I just segued that. That was beautiful. All right, the United States Department of Justice (DOJ) is reportedly disbanding the National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team. NCET. I keep telling y'all, IRS is next. The only thing is they're taking longer because they got money. You got to remember the people with the money got guns too. Don't get it twisted, okay? IRS is like, hell no, we won't go. All right. They are fighting, but you better. But listen, I'm about to cover Melania Trump selling her token on the low. You think they paying? Listen, ain't nobody trying to pay no taxes on that. All right, don't worry, folks. They are here to help the crypto market. I don't know about the rest of the world or United. I don't know about nothing else. I'm focusing on crypto. They're going to muddy the waters, and it's up to us to swim through them. NCET's disbanded was noted in a 4-page memo. Oh, crazy work. Only 4 pages. Wait, we don't you don't need to sit down. You ain't even gonna be here that long. I'm just going home. I'm just gonna read this off to you real quick and get you on up out of here. Oh, 4 pages. That's it. By United States Deputy General Todd Blanche, according to a Fortune journalist who claims to have seen the document in the April 8th report. And y'all sharing it. Oh, the disrespect. Hey, y'all trying to see this? Hey, come here. They even had to put in a FOIA request. You talking about leaks? I already know how this go. Y'all want to see it? Hey, listen. When I was deployed, I know some of these reporters by name and number and stuff and what's going on, depending on what part of the world and region you're at. Yeah, hey, you want a freebie? Listen, look, you're gonna want to be around this area at about 0200. Okay, just trust us. Just be in this area. All right, you want a freebie? We got you. You know, make sure you know United States is here to help. What? Shout out to them. They went ahead and leaked the whole memo to make sure. Hey, that's a political and a strategic business move. We're gonna make sure there's no pushback. We're gonna make sure there's no public pushback to this. The official is quoted saying in the note, the Department of Justice is not a digital assets regulator. Bang, bang, shots fired. However, the prior administration used the Justice Department to pursue a reckless strategy of regulation by prosecution. Holy smokes. Serious note. Now I'm about to be serious. All right. It was all fun and games. Now I gotta get serious. I gotta get back. I gotta get back on gang time too. Wow. I'm actually not okay with that. Like, I mean, a Fortune. I'm assuming a Fortune is an American publication. It better be, but this is where slippery slope is at too, and this is where I also say, regardless of the president, unless people are actually like getting killed and dying, is like regardless of the president. So Kamala, Biden, Trump, Bush Jr., Bush Sr., Clinton, whoever, right? Obama, regardless of the president, you have to respect the title, folks. That's with every government positions out there in general, because if you don't respect the title, it becomes an even slippery slope. There's no respect, there's nothing, it becomes anarchy. So with that being said, I don't know how I feel. And I get it, the administration and his people on his side throughout the government are essentially going against the old guards who were there with the last administration. They are literally going for blood right now. I get it, but oh man, it just looks so ugly when you got the United States Deputy General saying the Department of Justice pursued reckless strategy of regulation by prosecution. Because then the next question is, well, what else did they do it with? They just did it with crypto and stop? That was it? Oh, we're just gonna do it for crypto. Or have they done it with other laws? I mean, I know for sure they have, but I'm just saying, this is just our thinking minds here. So have they done it with social injustices? Like, this is a very slippery slope that will question the institution as a whole, which will make everyone be like, why the hell we listen to Department of Justice then? What are we doing with them? Like, how is this working? If you all are calling them out, you saying that they got it wrong and they've been getting it wrong on this scale for this market, which people don't pay attention to. What else have they got it wrong on? So I will say, yeah, the naval officer in me pushes back on the public slapping like the slacking like this. I get it. I know what they're doing to do it like this, but I gotta push back on that a little bit. Regardless, it happened, is out there. This is absolutely crazy, folks. The Department of Justice is being put to task publicly, and it was leaked to a paper like essentially the same time they got it, if not before. Do you understand how like what people are about to get fired on this federal government right now? Like this is serious. This is a serious news story. This is crazy. Blanche is the second highest ranking official in the Department of Justice and served as U.S. President Donald Trump's defense attorney. Oh, okay. I didn't see. I didn't know that. I'll read along with you. He served as his defense attorney in high-profile cases, including the New York hush money case and federal cases related to classified documents in the 2020 election. Well, it makes sense of why you would give this to the press. All right, the NCET was launched in 2021 under President Joe Biden. At the time, Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco said that the unit was aimed at going after platforms that help criminals launder or hide their criminal proceeds. I'm not going to go through that. Essentially, they said they were going to use money laundering as a reason, but again, money laundering in crypto could be as simple as you giving me $200 and I give you Bitcoin. I essentially have laundered money if I can't give the United States government now all your KYC, your customer information, your social security number, your blood type, height, weight, everything else, right? Who you had sex with last. If I can't provide that to the government, I'm going to get arrested. That's essentially what they tried to create. And Trump has said all that is gone. What's even the craziest part about all this is all taxpayer dollars, right? Like and that was my point when they created this. I said, who allowed them to create this? Who gave them the like what democratic vote happened to where we say yes, we want to use taxpayer funds to create a crypto task force to go after money laundering? Who has complained about money laundering in crypto, like outside of Bybit right now, who's not an American company? I don't know. So again, this was some BS that they created. I will admit to that. And I am going to pick sides on this. This is definitely was an attempt. If you remember, Biden said he wants to pay off the national debt using crypto. This was their attempt to just literally extort the entire industry. So no, didn't like it, didn't love it. Happy to see what's happening. And wow, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Jake said 2019 Bitcoin crash. Yep, 2020 it crashed, 2022, 2024 in 2025. And every time it went from what 36, 5,400, 15,000, 54,000, 76,000. I mean, yeah, it's just crashing all the way up to the a million. So shout out to that. Everyone's scared of China and ain't did shit to America since the US. Wait, everyone's scared of China and China ain't did shit to America since the USA been invented. Well, no, no, no. You know what? That's I think that's a part of the government. Listen, American government ain't scared of nobody, man. For one, half of them don't live here. Do. But seriously, like, I mean, how many people who are pumping money into this thing live in the UK still or Europe somewhere? If you know, you know. All right, that's the first thing. The second thing is the United States ain't scared of no one. They gotta act like that because if not, they'll look like true psychopaths. So they gotta play it smooth, like, oh yeah, they might take us over, get some more tax dollars, stir up some fear. Nothing's wrong. All right, Melania Trump is in the news. I've been waiting for this story to come out. If you remember, they had her meme coin in the news cycle, but only for like a quick few days, and it's been kind of disappeared for a while. Then I was like, oh, if you like low key, when I watched the administration, at least the last one, I haven't really paid attention to this go around. Melania, she's smooth. She's smooth. She don't talk, right? She doesn't talk. She's not public. She plays the quiet role in the back. And that's how you get away with this. It's like then all of a sudden on a random Tuesday in April, it's just like, let's go ahead and sell all that meme coin I had when we launched. Like, shout out to playing it smooth, playing it slow. Okay. She didn't go buy the new Cadillac or the pink jacket. I'm talking, what movie was that? Goodfellas or whatever. She didn't go spend that robbery money right away. She was like, hey, I'm living life. I'm about to go to McDonald's tonight. All right. She was living life normal for a while. And then boom, just dipped out with some paper. Okay. That's what is being alleged here. Neither the Melania team nor Hayden Davis has explained the token transfer or sales, which followed from sales bubble maps identified in March, nor will you hear about it. No, nor will they talk about it. Like, because who's going to come after it? Who's going to come after it? I don't think they're going to talk about it. I think they're going to be like, y'all better catch us on the White House front lawn on Easter asking about it for us to have a chance to answer. And even then, we're going to say, we're going to get back to you. They're not going to talk about it. This is going to be a smooth getaway, I think. Why? Because it's one of those numbers where it's not high enough for the whole nation to go crazy, but it's not low enough to the effect where some of the bottom feeders. It's still enough money to put a small litigation team out there to quash anything that comes up about it that's small. And then again, it's not big enough for the whole country to go crazy, I think. But if they did go after it, this is one of those things where, hey, for the I can't even think of the name, for the loss of a nail, right? For the loss of a nail, you lost the war. For the whatever of a nail, you lost the war. Like this small detail on the flip side could be the thing that appends the entire administration to where they say, no, 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 we caught y'all dodging this $30 million one here. And this is enough to get you up out the White House. I mean, on the flip side, it could be one of those things where, like, that one small detail is enough to get you about it. Regardless, I think it's going to go under the radar. We will see what happens, though. But the team behind the U.S. First Lady Melania Trump meme coin, Melania meme, has moved $30 million worth of the token out of the project's community funds and has begun selling them. That is the story for the most part. I'm not going to go into detail. The only thing I'll add to it is like, duh. I think we all expected it. We were just wondering when it was going to happen, right? Stan said legal skimming, right? Like, yeah, we expected it. We were waiting for it to happen. All right. All right. Here we go. Some more of these fake news stories. Quick stories want to cover. Fourth generation crypto needs collaborative tokenomics against tech giants, says Charles Hoskinson. Of course, that is Cardano. He says crypto must adopt cooperative tokenomics to compete with tech giants at US as US regulation opens the door to Apple, Amazon, and others. I saw this article in this part right here, and I immediately thought red flag. Cardano's making it so easy to punch down. All right, look, here's the deal. When have you ever saw the powerful team or organization or person say, "Hey, we need to team up"? Whenever a lion or a grizzly bear went into the wild and looked for another grizzly bear, another lion, it was like, hey, I need some help. Let's work together. Like red flag, folks. And this is what I mean. These projects, and I'm not gonna say Cardano said, I know Ethereum, some other projects said these, but some of these projects come and saying we're gonna be better than Bitcoin, we're gonna displace Bitcoin. Again, I'm not saying Cardano said it, but they essentially had that rhetoric for Ethereum, right? We're going to be better and displace them and things of this sort. But you're trying to be collaborative, which I actually a proponent to in the crypto space. But at this point in the game for Cardano, to me, it's a red flag because you should be at a point where what collaboration is needed. Like you got all the money you need, you got all the time, you've had the resources. You're supposed to be making something spectacular technologically. So I'm not understanding where this waving of a flag for collaboration comes from. So again, this is Charles Hopkins speaking at the Paris Blockchain Week. Oh, shout out to them. They actually reached out to me. So Hoskinson said one of the main criticisms of the crypto and decentralized finance space is its circular economy, as he called it. And I haven't heard this criticism, but we'll see, which often means that the rally of a specific cryptocurrency is bolstered by funds exiting another token, limiting the growth of the industry. Yeah, it's whack-a-mole, speculative industry. Charles, you benefited from that. This is essentially Drake calling out fake streams and bots. It's like, bro, you're talking about a circular economy where one crypto projects get the funds from another one that essentially stop working. That is exactly Cardano. So he said we have a chance against the centralized technology giants joining the Web3 industry. Hilarious. You are at every conference, everywhere speaking about everything, and you're calling something else a centralized tech giant. All right, I'm not going to go through this article. Like I said, the headline caught me off guard because I was like, oh, what is he talking about outside of his project now? And sure enough, he's talking about something else outside of the project now, collaborative efforts in crypto. Right. He's saying this and doing this because he knows his project is next on the chopping block as far as that capital leaving there and going into the next one. If you notice, they've slipped and slide. They did get up to the number 9th, 10th, whatever spot, but they are on the bubble right now. If they don't get a bull market and this thing goes bare for a while, people are going to see Cardano for what it is. Nada. Price is going to crazy dip. It's going to go low, and then the next price is going to pop up with their fork, essentially a Cardano fork plus two, a couple more lines of code, and they're going to say we're the new next best thing. We have capital, we have these big investors, and boom, watch the cycle continue. Watch that circular economy circle around. So I get what he's doing. He's trying to stop it from happening to himself. I say go build and create a great product. All right, another article. Really quick, Bitcoin's 24/7 liquidity, double-edged sword during global market turmoil. FUD by the same Zotron guy. So again, I don't know if he's being tapped on the shoulder or he's actually like a pessimist in the market or what. But this is what I mean. They are trying to merge the traditional mindset with the crypto market. That has never been the theme here. There is no double-edged sword of a 24/7 market. So what? The global traditional market has turmoil and they want to go crazy in tariffs and trades. All of that is coming from lack of transparency. Could you imagine if every government, all these trade talks and everything else, we could see the ledger, we could see the balance sheets because you can with Bitcoin. So I don't want to hear that this 24/7 liquidity is a double-edged sword. No, no, yeah. If you're looking at Bitcoin in terms of dollars or euros or rupees or whatever other yen, whatever other fiat currency denomination, then yes, it will be a double-edged sword. If you're looking at it as an investment or a way to make money, fiat, it is a double-edged sword. And this is what I mean by technically you could say it's factual, but where you're false at and the context is wrong is that people who are really here for the tech in this space are here to acquire more Bitcoin or their favorite crypto or token. They're not here to acquire more fiat. That's the other half. I know people forget about that second half. They just want to hear investments in cash, but a big half of this is also people who are saying we can go full digital. We don't need to leave the digital space. One day we'll be plugged into VR goggles or glasses, whatever, and you'll be spending and everything. I mean, listen, we got self-driving cars. You can't pay cash no more. That's out. Right? I'm in LA. Yeah, I've taken about 15 to 20 self-driving rides already. They've asked me to be like a little partner or whatever else for the new self-driving things out here. Like, I like it's here. You're not paying it with cash. And I don't want to pay it with my Apple Pay or nothing else. That's what they're making me do right now is sync the Apple Pay. But we'll see what happens as customers like myself continue to hit up these companies like, yo, I've been a customer. I'm one of your first customers that you see how much I'm spending. I want to spend my crypto. They're going to just know me or they're going to figure out a way to make this thing happen. All right. So it's coming down the pike, but I don't want to hear this 24/7 liquidity is bad because of the global markets. No, if your global market is a futures market and derivatives and you're relying on BlackRock's ETFs, which are also tied into their real estate and buying up burnt down property land to build them up more apartment buildings, like, yeah, that has nothing to do with Bitcoin and crypto. But if you're just looking at Bitcoin, for example, as a project saying, wow, it still hasn't been hacked. Wow, the blockchain still works. Wow, it's been able to scale. Wow, I can send. I'll only speak in fact. I don't know about millions and billions. I see the stories of those being sent in seconds with low fees, but I'll tell you for a fact, you definitely can send thousands of dollars instantaneously with less than $1 of fees. So that's what I'm looking at as being the win here. So when I hear this double-edged sword, I'm not believing it. Zoltron, you either looking at the market the wrong way or you're serving another constituency. I get it, but I just think it's the wrong narrative because it's kind of spreading that fear where it's just like, oh man, is this a bad thing that the market's 24/7? No, it's a great thing. Why do you want your bank to close? That's so weird. I get it. Like you're an NPC, your life is like whatever these certain hours. But again, if you're ever in Vegas and you want to get 20K from the bank, and you want it now, then you want it now, okay? You don't want to have to wait. You don't have to go to 9 a.m. and sign papers, go speak to people and go meet with people and have therapy. No, you want to go straight to your phone and you want to get that capital and you want to go straight to the table like the true degenerate you are, all right? Trying to make me explain to you why I want to spend all my money I work for, okay? Because I'm depressed. That's why. No, seriously, seriously. All right, Dex launches $20 million trading competition to reward traders all year. A new trading competition is set to distribute millions in tokens over 9 months, aiming to boost trading activity, attract liquidity, and re-engage past users in the DeFi ecosystem. All right, so it looks like this is presented by DYDX. Okay, I didn't even know who it was being presented by. But because I didn't read down the article, I just saw the headline. But I will say this: I am super excited actually to see it's sponsored by DYDX because when I initially saw the article headline, I was like, whatever, I'm gonna run it and we'll just read it live and figure out what's what to it. Um, I've seen trading competitions. My initial take, I already had an initial take in mind. My initial take was gonna be like, I doubt it would be this much capital, but I'm sure there'll be some rewards and some capital involved. Try to get it. But just that quick scrolling down and seeing DYDX, oh, they got the 20 million for you. And I do believe it'll be a real trading competition. You see how brand awareness and things matter. Like, I actually trust them to launch a real trading competition and to have the capital. Oh, like, oh, I might jump on this one. This is a fun one. DeFi platform DYDX launched a $20 million trading competition running through year end to boost trading activity and re-engage past users. And again, this is where it gets like There's like levels of DeFi because you can only be so DeFi if you launch the competition, but incentive programs are key to building a dynamic and sustainable decentralized finance ecosystem. By rewarding participation, platforms can boost trading activity, attract liquidity, and create a loyal community. I agree with that. That's worked on many platforms, most notably Poly. I can't think of it right now, but Poly Market, Poly whatever. When they had the lending and they first opened the lending, I think it was like a 20 to 40 million dollar bonus on it, and that's when I did the master class. I had a looping fund thing on it. I mean, essentially, let's say you're working with $100 or probably like 1,000 because with the gas fees. But if you're working with $1,000, you could have looped it and probably made like what 30 to 40% on that thing like per month almost. Like it was crazy the amount of bonuses they had on it. So if they're doing something similar to this, I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to happen. It's going to be a competition where you need to win it all. Do you just need to win weekly rewards? Because if it's broken down to like there's different groups and hey, this group or this week or this day or this hour's best trader can win a quick 500, quick 1,000 here, a quick 5,000 there. Like they are about to pull in the volume. Let's see. As the number of platforms operating in the space is ever increasing, well-designed incentives can differentiate protocols and encourage deeper user commitment. All right, so they announced this with the DYDX Surge program, which was developed in collaboration with Chaos Labs and approved by the community. All right, the initiative, so it was consensus. The initiative will provide attractive incentives to active ecosystem participants for a 9-month period. That is amazing, actually. 9-month period. There's no need to sign up manually to claim rewards. All eligible trading activity on DYDX automatically generates rewards, points, and a leaderboard ranking. So I'm assuming you go on DYDX, like most of these DeFi platforms, you sync your Bitcoin or crypto, your crypto wallet specifically. Again, folks, this is the beauty. This is why you could say it is DeFi as far as there's no KYC, no AML. You just get a VPN if you want one. You don't even need one. You get your wallet, you link it to there, and boom, you're there. You're in it. Kicked off on April 1st. The program will operate monthly seasons. Okay, monthly seasons and allocate up to $20 million in DYDX tokens to reward users in line with their activity on the DEX. Its allocations are divided into 3 categories. I need to call them, tell them to pay me for this at this point. General 50%, tokens, retail 25%, activation 25%. So you all can look into it. They're giving out tokens. I will say in the short term, you probably can expect their token price to increase, a DYDX token or platform price to increase. And then after the 9 months, actually, they could go crazy right now. This is a great time to do it. If they catch the bull market with it, they could their price of their token could go crazy. Could you imagine in August if Bitcoin goes to 110, 115, and they're only what in April, May, June, July, they're what in 3 or 4 month, third, fourth month of this trading competition. People are just now finding out about it. People are making money about it. People are probably doing YouTubes on it by then. Woo, their token could skyrocket this year if they're doing it the right way as far as we get this bull market. If we get sideways movement or dips, their token will still do fine, but at the end of the 9 months, a lot of people will probably sell it, right? But right now, they're doing this at a great time. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, that is the show for today. Let me look at the last quick comments to see what we have. Dan, I saw that the dire wolf is back. Listen, I'm such a I saw it. I was like, God don't make mistakes. That month was killed for a reason. We no, don't bring the dire wolf back. Okay. I saw that. No dire wolves. It was gone for a reason. Let's see. When are we getting that Hollywood guide? I'm trying to book a Target commercial when they start their DEI initiative again. Listen, almost there. I'm clawing at the doors of Hollywood right now. It's great things going on. I can't wait. Wall Street saw Ethereum ETF reaction. I think that's right, Jake. I agree with you. And Wall Street chose Bitcoin. It's a wrap. God candles in our near future. Jake, Loki, you're probably one of the best mascots for Bitcoin, for real, for real. But no, I agree with you. If you remember, and that's why, if you notice, the last few times I've actually said Ethereum ETFs, I've kind of been like, I think they out there, like, because I haven't done like the I don't care to do like the super due diligence on how they're going and everything. But I was like, I thought they were launched, but I just been hearing murmurs. So I was like, they were launched, right? Am I going crazy? And I agree with you. I think they were launched. The Wall Street saw the reception, was like, kill it. It's over. It's over. They saw and then he meowing out. Oh man. Pull, pull, pull. He's meowing with billions of dollars in his portfolio. Smash that like and share. I will see you on Friday with some more Bitcoin and crypto news. The market is alive and well. Cheers.